Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. This is Stella's Secret Place once again saying hello to every one of you and thank you for watching my videos. I really do appreciate every one of you. For my new friends, please try and subscribe to me, and I say thank you to my returning subscribers. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to make coconut chin chin. I usually call it chop one, chop two, because when you throw one in your mouth, there is every tendency that you're going to add one more and you keep adding and adding. That is why I call it chop one, chop two. So over here, I have my flour. I'm going to use 2 cups of the flour, and I'm going to use shredded coconut flour. In that, I'm going to use a cup of it as well. It is shredded flour. So I'm going to add it to my 2 cups of flour. That makes it 3 cups that I am going to be using. And I have my baking powder. Don't use baking soda because it is kind of confusing. It is not baking soda, okay guys? So I added a spoon of my baking powder. Over here I have a granulated sugar. It's about 4 spoons, so I've added it to my flour. And this time I have to mix it together. But before then, I usually add nutmeg because nutmeg gives it a flavor, which I do like. If you like nutmeg, you can add to it. If you like cinnamon, whichever that you like. I prefer to use nutmeg, so I grated a little bit of it into the flour. So this time I have to mix all my dry stuff together and mix it properly with the flour so that they can all mix together with each other. So when I'm done mixing it, I have to go ahead and add my butter. That butter, I didn't measure it, but I know the quantity that I usually use each time I'm using 3 cups of flour. So my hands are clean. This time I'm going to mix my butter with my flour. I'll mix it together till it gets to a consistency of grain with a tiny little bit of a seed. Like, let it just be like a grain, heavier grain. Okay guys, so I have to mix it very well, and when I'm done with it, I have to go ahead and I'm showing you how it's supposed to look after mixing it with the butter. It has to look like that. So I have 2 eggs that I'm going to add to it. I mixed it together and I added the eggs to the flour. I put it in a way that I don't want the egg to be all over my palm. So what I did, I started pouring the flour to it so that it will absorb the egg. In that way, I can begin to mix it together and it will not stick too much on my palm. So I added most flour to it so that it can absorb the egg before mixing it. So in place of that has to be well mixed, and people use water, but in place of that water, I used milk. That is like it's like a half cup of milk. So I mixed it very well to the texture that I really want it to look like. You have to mix it to your own texture. If you think it's very thick, you add a little bit more of milk or water. So when I'm done with that, I had to pull it out so that it can sit for about 15 minutes or so. I covered it up and I allowed it to sit. This time it has seated and I am rolling it with my rolling pin. So I roll it. I usually allow my chin to have weight. I like it thick, so I know the level of thickness that I want it to look like. So that is exactly what I did, because I want it, when you throw a piece in your mouth is full. So now I'm cutting it with the pizza cutter. That is easier for me to use. I have to cut it to the size that I want. Everybody have their own preference. So that is the size that I like to cut my chin. So I usually, roll it to the shape that I want. So when you are frying your chin, you make sure that your oil is hot to the level that it can pick it up. It wouldn't stick on the pot. If you see that when I started putting it in the oil, the first one was at the bottom because the oil was not that hot. So this is my first trial. I usually try with a small quantity because I want to know if the oil is hot enough or if it's too hot. But I started with not a very hot oil. That is why the first one sticked at the bottom before it started coming up. That is how you know if your oil is very hot. So you fry as much quantity as you can, and the color you want it to look. You know if you want it to be dark brownish, light brown. It depends on what you want. I allow mine to look that color because that is the color I like, and my kids as well like that color. When it's not that brown enough, they think it's not well fried. So I usually fry mine to come up to that color, not too brownish, but you know how you want it to look, and that is it. You just have to be you just have to be consistent with the way you want it to look, especially if you're frying in different batches, because you don't want some to look very dark while some are looking light. So you just make sure that they all take the same color. Like you see, mine is ready, and you can tell that they are all uniform. Just look at the chin. Chop one, chop two. Oh my God, this is you can use this as a snack. I call this is my Nigerian snack. That is what we use as snack back home. You can drink tea with this. In the evening, you can relax watching movie with this, with a cup of green tea or anything, juice, whatever thing you like to drink. But just look at this. This is very, 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 very good. The size is good to me. You don't forget, everybody have their own preference. Everybody have the sizes they like, but this size I think is a medium size. So guys, thank you for coming along with me. Thanks for watching my video, and do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. Till I see you guys in my next video. Bye.